Hi guys, it's Erin from Ginger's Florals. Today we have our work cut out for us. The goal is to be able to get our Larkspur and Bupleurum seeds in the ground. That's going to entail clearing out this bed, and hopefully this bed to make that happen. I really only need one of the three to do the Bupleurum and Larkspur, but I want to try and see if I can't get all three of these full or cleared. So the Bupleurum and the Larkspur, you were with me a few weeks ago when we took the seed packets. We talked about cool flowers and how to deal with them. And we took the seed packets and put them in the freezer. That needs to happen for 10 days-ish to simulate a cold period so that they'll germinate out in the fields. We did that. It's been longer than the 10 days, but I haven't gotten around to clearing this out until now. But since they've been in the freezer, they've got that cold period, it's time. I really need to get these cleared out and get them planted so that they have a chance to germinate and get some roots going before we get too cold. It's the early part of October, October 4th or 5th, I can't remember. So it's time. They need to get in there, and I need to really focus on clearing things out. So this first row, I'm not willing or able to mentally take this row out just because they're so beautiful. This is the red leaf hibiscus, mahogany splendor. It's so good, and I can still, if I ever find the time, I can still cut those and put them on the wholesale website to sell for the flower collective that I'm part of. So I can still sell those stems. The amaranth and whatnot that's down at the other end, that could go. It's not really useful. You see how big, can you see that one? How big that flower head got? So there's definite pros and cons to sowing amaranth seeds in the heat of the summer. The con is they're gigantic. The pro is that they grow really fast. Okay, oh hi Izzy, she came to join. So this row is all of there's a whole bunch of foxglove and sweet William and sweet rocket, and then at the far end it was Canterbury bells, all these biennials that just, it didn't work out. So at least not the way I had intended. So I plan to tear all these up and get them out of there. This row is all just the first sowing of amaranth and cosmos. This can all go. This row was cleared once. It had sunflowers and stalk, but it just needs to get the rest of the way cleared out again. The feverfew is a beast, and it's absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to fight with that for a couple of years, I imagine. This row, I need to dig up the amaranth, or not the amaranth, the eucalyptus. I plan to overwinter some of it. Same with my scented geraniums down there. And at the far end is my chrysanthemum. So I'm not ready to deal with this row yet. I am ready to deal with this one. This is all the snapdragons that I've talked about for months needing to get out of here and never doing. And the other end, it had already been cleared out because that was stock. Dahlia is not ready. I'm not cutting those out until we have a hard frost. Zinnias, I think it's time for these guys to go. I do want to save some seed from a couple of these varieties, see how we do. But they don't like the cool and the rain, so they're unhappy. This row, this can go. This is all just snapdragons. They look really pretty, the second flush of them, but they're done. Same with the rudbeckias, all the way down. They're sad. This was the hibiscus that all of this row and this row can go. I was thinking about maybe digging up a couple of these bee mold plants and seeing if I can't overwinter them, just because they're really cool plants, and I think that we might be within the right zone for those ones. These are annuals normally, but we might be in a good zone. The straw flower I'm not ready to take down yet because I'm still cutting and saving the flower heads. This one, the weeds just need to get pulled and the fabric so we can put some compost down. This guy, same. I just need to pull down at the end is some the globe amaranth, the gomphrena, that I can pull, cut a bunch of stems, and then this whole row can be cleared out. The celosia, that one's done. That whole row. The only thing that's left that's still good is the cosmos. And I'm still cutting those, so I'm kind of holding off. And that last row is still okay for the moment. It's got all the flowering kale and my little patch of zinnias that we sowed late in the season. Those I want to give, I don't know. They don't need to go right now. I do want to get all of this out of here within the next few weeks, simply because I don't want to deal with slimy plants after a frost. But these are still looking good, and I'm still enjoying them. We're actually supposed to get to 70 degrees this coming week, which is crazy for the middle of October. Okay, so that's a quick little recap of what the field is doing at the moment. Most of it's ready to be cleared out. I plan on clearing everything out and leaving just the dahlias until after a hard frost. And I'm just going to mulch them. I don't want to leave the fabric down over the winter. I'm back and forth on whether or not I'm even going to continue to use the fabric. But for the moment, it's still part of the plan. But I want to pull all of it up so that the soil can just absorb all of the compost we're going to put down and just revitalize itself over the winter and get a lot of good organic matter down there. Okay, so I'm just going to set up a camera, put in a podcast, and get after it. The first order of business is these 2 rows. They're the highest priority that I've got so that I can get those seeds in the ground. Then I've also got in the greenhouse the hardy annuals, and then up on the deck I've got all my biennials. Those also all need to get in the ground in the very near future so that they can root in. Okay, let's get going. Okay guys, we didn't get as far as I wanted to today. I gotta go get dinner going. The sun finally came out. It's supposed to be sunny today, but it got cloudy. But we did manage to get this whole row cleared out, and probably a third of this row cleared out. So I need some tools to be able to get the staples out of the landscape fabric to get it up. But yeah, I'm gonna get back after this in the morning, so we'll catch back up in a few seconds. Good morning guys, we're back at it. It's a beautiful morning. Can you see all the gorgeous blue sky? It's supposed to be 70 degrees today, which really is kind of crazy for this time of year. So we're gonna just get back to the plan, finish clearing out this bed, get all the fabric up and out, and then hopefully lay some compost and plant some Larkspur and Bupleurum. Happy fall morning. Okay, we got the beds cleared, these two. I'm gonna get the fabric out of the way. I did bring some pry tools to try and get those staples out of there. They're like 18 inches deep into clay, so they're pretty stuck in there. But I'm gonna get all that up, and then I'm gonna see if I can't convince John to come help me clear the piles and get some compost up here so we can get planting today. All I can say is thank goodness for the tractor, because that would have taken me all day. So at this point, I plan to plant or sow the seeds. So I have Bupleurum. This one I can plant. These both have basically the same needs. They want to barely be covered with the soil, and they need light to germinate. So my intent is just to, like I did with the ranunculus, just kind of draw out some lines with the back end of the rake, actually, so that I have straight lines, sew them in there, and then when and if they germinate, they didn't last year, so I'm only so hopeful. When they germinate, I will come in and thin them. Bupleurum wants to be at about 9 inches apart, Larkspur 6 inches. So we'll see how far we get. I did also bring out my Bells of Ireland. I know a lot of people will tell you that you want to sow those in seed trays in the winter, and that works perfectly well. However, I've had some really good luck with them just sowing themselves and regrowing the next season. So if I have room in this row, I'll put those in there. Those need to be 12 inches apart, so I may not have enough room. I do have just a reminder, so these guys I put into the freezer to simulate that stratification period. Generally I would only put them in for 10 days, 2 weeks, but I've actually had these in there for almost a month now. But we'll see if that worked. Get these into the ground. Look at this beautiful, beautiful rose. I'm not going to, I don't intend to till at least the first part of this field this year. I want to give that a try, see if it's any different, if I have better soil at the end of the season. So I'm not going to till it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I only have these tiny little markers. I ran out, or I can't find my big ones, so I'll have to get some more ordered. But yeah, the intent is just to do Bupleurum for so far, as long as I have seed, and then Larkspur after that. And if I have room, I'll put in the Bells of Ireland. This second row, I want to start with my biennials, so I'm not going to dedicate that space to it. John, if you hear the tractor, he's over working on our bedroom garden, getting that prepped for tulips that should be here soon. Okay, we finally got her done. It took a couple days, but next time I'll employ the tractor earlier. But look at it go. We got Bupleurum for about 10 feet, probably 10, 12 feet of Larkspur. Each row I sowed a different color. The last two were both dark blue. And then I did manage to get Bells of Ireland down here. So all I need to do is water them all in and hope for the best. So hardy annuals like these ones, they all need that cold period, so you have to be mindful of that for when you sow them. You can absolutely do it in the late winter, early spring. I've done it over and over again like that. I've had really good luck with really all three of these plants self-seeding better than I have planting them or starting them in the greenhouse and then planting them out. So I think this is my best shot. If these Larkspur don't germinate this go round, definitely need new seed. But I'm gonna keep these moist for the next week or so, depending on if it's gonna rain or not. I will water them all. I'll water them all in today, and then I'll just watch the forecast. If it's gonna be dry and warm, which it looks like it will be for a couple days anyway, I'll come out here and make sure they get some water. But otherwise, I'm just gonna let them be, let them get cold, let them get cold overnight, and then hopefully sprout. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope maybe you learned something or just enjoyed seeing the chaos turn to organization again like I do. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. If you liked it, hit a thumbs up. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.